Sometimes I be right in your face and hit like genjutsu in place. That's how it be though. Nothing but great effort just to get a C though. Eyes watching but we never seem to be. Okay, so we did this with Dragon Ball Super. I'm going to try this with My Hero Academia. We have some spoiler pictures for the upcoming episode of My Hero Academia, but also we have 2 more tidbits of information regarding, in particular, the first episode of My Hero Academia Season 3, with some delays in regards to certain audio tracks, and also a little bit of more information regarding the movie. It's been out for a while, but I actually missed it, so I wanted to bring it to you guys' attention as well. So for starters, I guess let's start off with looking at the visuals. I believe we have 3 screenshots of what the episode is going to have, and I guess let's start off with a picture of Deku. Immediately, you could already tell from the art or whatever that this is going to look insane. He's definitely training in this shot, no doubt about it, because if you heard a little bit of the spoiler synopsis for this upcoming episode, we know that Deku is going to be invited to some sort of pool party where they're going to be training, well, quote-unquote training for like Mineta and them. You know what type of training they're doing. They're training what's in their pants or whatever, but obviously you can see in this shot that Deku, even though he's taking part in this pool party training session, he's taking it very serious. He's probably going all out. This must be a real big pool, because you got to think if like all of class 1A or a good chunk of them are in this pool and Deku is doing his rounds, he could possibly launch all of them out of the pool and like hurt everybody if he goes like, you know, a little bit more than what he can handle. That's gonna be weird. I hope this is a really giant pool. They should have just went to the beach for that matter, you know what I'm saying? If they wanted to do a beach episode for My Hero Academia, why not just do it at the beach? That way if Deku did his thing, it wouldn't be like, yo, it's a swimming pool, because, yo, he's in a small pool, like a school pool. You know, I'm thinking in my head, a school pool isn't all that big. He's gonna have class 1A thrown out of there. But again, if it's like a little field trip type of deal and they're not actually in the school, but it's, you know, part of the school thing, then it could be a huge pool. And I don't know why I'm dissecting the size of a pool, but yeah, really cool shot. Let's move forward to the next one. This one is a little bit risque. We got the girls of 1A in their bikinis for pool party time. Obviously you can see we got a wide variety. I'm not gonna lie, Yaoyorozu is by far the fave for me. I'll ask you guys in the comments. I don't want to dwell on this too long because I already know everybody's gonna be like, Woody, oh my god, who's best girl right here? I gotta go with Yaoyorozu, like 100%, without a shadow of a doubt. Like, yo, Suyu is looking alright, and then, you know, we got Ochaka, like, she's looking good, but all day, bro. But again, who is best gal? And again, this is gonna be a very fan servicey episode. It's gonna be a lot of fan service, not only in terms of like stuff that the fans want to see, but in general. You can see that they're going full-fledged with this episode. At the very least, we're gonna get those people that just want to see that involved for the first episode, and it's gonna be a fun episode. So I'm not expecting too much, and I'm gonna walk into this episode with expectations at a low, so that way, hey, if it's a decent episode, if we get some character development out of it, if we get something, you know, foreshadowing in a cool way, it'll be fun. But overall, again, based on these 2 screenshots of Deku swimming real hard in the swimming pool, and then the girls of class 1A just kind of showing their bust, is like, yeah, this is going to be a fun episode. Not much more than that. Let's continue. Lastly, we got the boys of class 1A in here. So I'm happy because I believe the spoiler synopsis didn't say anything about Bakugo in this. I'm happy. Bakugo, Tokoyami, it seems as though, I'm gonna assume that all of 1A is going to be involved. We got Kaminari, you know, we just got everybody, and I'm glad Mineta's in there. But let's keep it real in this lineup right here. Bakugo's probably coming in number 1. Mineta's probably coming in dead last. Tokoyami will probably come in 2nd. Kaminari in 3rd, and, you know, so on or whatever. I can't remember dude's name, to be honest with you. Like, what is dude's name that he looks like he's trying to be the thing from, you know what I'm saying? What is his name? I'm just like, yeah, I can't remember his name. But honestly, again, looks like a typical shot. This one doesn't look sparkly or like extra. We could definitely say that they're going to be doing some competitive things. So again, if maybe the way it's being presented, because it sounds like, you know, it's anime original, it kind of comes across as like, but if there's going to be cool things like this is par par for the course with My Hero Academia. You know what I'm saying? We've seen time and time again of them having these little exams and these little practices, these little training sessions. This is going to be just that, but in a more fun and casual environment. So it's kind of in that regard adding to them. Hopefully something carries over, even if it's a small idea that maybe they throw in later on in the midst of like a big arc, as long as it doesn't really mess anything up or play around with anything too much to like ruin the main plot. We could get something fun and cool out of this and exciting, but again, expectations are at a minimal because these 3 screenshots is like fan service and what's going on here. This is how we're starting My Hero. Like, I'm gonna be optimistic as I can be, but yeah. And then, as I stated, we have some news in regarding audio tracks, in particular the English dub for episode 1 of season 3 of My Hero Academia. It was supposed to be launched at the exact same time, I believe, or within an hour of the Japanese broadcast of the episode. Unfortunately, due to some delays, we're not going to be getting it at the same time. That really sucks because I'm not gonna lie, Funimation has just been on a roll, really killing it. But nonetheless, it'll probably be within the day, I imagine, or maybe later on in the day or the next day at the latest. We'll still get the English dub of My Hero Academia, which is still insane because, you know, I remember a time again where, you know, Dragon Ball Z was over in Japan for like a good 5 years, and we was just now getting some of these episodes over here. So the fact that we're still getting it in that time frame is absolutely insane. But I guess let's quickly read the article to see exactly what's going on and why there's delays and if there'll be any more delays. Funimation Entertainment announced on Thursday that it will not premiere the English dub of the first episode of My Hero Academia's 3rd season on the same day as Japan as previously planned. The notice explained that the Japanese staff will not be able to send the episode early for dubbing due to production delays. Funimation will stream the English subtitled version instead. The company projected that the English dub of the 2nd episode will premiere as scheduled. The new season will premiere on April 7th and will remain in the 5:30 p.m. time slot on Saturdays that the 2nd season held. So basically, it's coming out on the exact same time. If you follow the schedule for My Hero Academia season 2's release, then you're going to get the same thing. I believe it's coming out like 5:30 a.m. for us, which I'll be covering the episodes, but you'll probably get my review about a noonish, maybe a little in the afternoon or something like that, unless there's 2 moments. I'll tell you right now, whenever you see that My Hero Academia video on a Saturday during the run of the anime, you know that something big happens, and make sure you click on that video, especially if you're an anime only, because I'm going to be going and saying if you're a manga only, then you know more or less what events I'm referring to, and yeah, make sure you watch those because I'm going to be going bananas, and I'm so excited for those moments. But yeah, it just seems as though this episode will probably get a few hours delayed at most. Maybe later in the day Funimation will have it back, so not much really to worry, honestly. I'm probably going to just watch it in Japanese and then rewatch it later in the night in dub anyways to replace the gap in my heart left by Dragon Ball Super. I'm still recovering. Nah, I'm just playing, yo. We moving forward, baby. Look at the channel. How many Dragon Ball videos we've done lately? Don't get me wrong, there will always be Dragon Ball videos, but ForneverWorld's always been an anime-based channel at the end of the day. I could dive into every community, Dragon Ball community, One Piece community, but we do it all over here, and I don't know what was the point of all that. It just sounds like I'm being a braggadocious prick right now. Damn it. And then lastly, the news that's been out for a bit that I missed, we actually do have a time frame of when the My Hero Academia film is going to take place during, you know, the story. We have that, and we also have a little bit of exactly, or not exactly, but some details regarding the plot of the story. So let's check this out real quick. The film will open in Japan on August 3rd, and the film will take place overseas on a giant man-made floating movable city called Island. The film will take place after the final exam arc during another summer during the forest training arc. In addition, the film will show the younger days of All Might. So it's seemingly going to take place in between seasons 2 and 3, I'm imagining, is what it sounds like. And also it says, original manga creator Kohei Horikoshi, which I really do gotta remember this dude's name. I always remember everyone's name. I remember Masashi Kishimoto, Eiichiro Oda, Tite Kubo, Akira Toriyama. For some reason, I can never remember Horikoshi's name, and I even remember Yuki Tabatsu's. Like, horrible, shame on me. But again, original manga creator Kohei Horikoshi is credited with the original work, character designs, and as chief supervisors. He's the chief supervisor. Obviously original work because My Hero Academia was created by him. And character designs, I'm not sure exactly if that means all of the original ones as well or just in general. He at the very least had his hands in it. And chief supervisor is what makes me think, okay, this is exactly why it's going to fall in place in continuity. And that's probably why we have those little time skips in My Hero, because this was all setting up to have moments like this be able to take place within the story. And maybe even the manga around the time the movie drops will reference some of those events to kind of clear that, yeah, it's all within continuity. Excited to see that. Kind of curious what you guys think about all this. For starters, the shots that we have for episode 1 of season 3 of My Hero Academia, what are your thoughts? Are you just a little bit like, again, fan service episode all the way? But if My Hero had to do it, hopefully it does it the way My Hero normally does it. And when My Hero touches in on shonen tropes, it normally adds its own little flair to it. That is why we like My Hero Academia so much. So hopefully it's a cool episode nonetheless, even if it is a fan service episode. Also, what do you think about the delays? Again, Funimation is going to have it to you guys more than likely that same day, probably a few hours later at max. It's just, you know, out of their hands at that point. You know, they can't control every situation, especially things like that if there's production delays. So you'll get the English dub of it. And again, I think back when we was 10 or 15 years behind, 10 or 15 hours is nothing, you know what I mean? And again, it's out of their hands. And lastly, what do you think about the plot of the movie? Again, it seems as though this is going to be vital. At the very least, it's going to have taken place in the story, even though it might not have happened in the manga. It might even be referenced at some given point, the events of what happened, especially if it's diving into All Might's backstory. Really exciting stuff. And your overall thoughts? Another big My Hero Academia filled video. I told you guys, 2018, we wasn't playing the music. My Hero Academia, we doing it all. We're making sure we're gonna get our dreams accomplished. Let's do it. But that is all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to follow me on Twitch. I'll be streaming almost every other night, playing video games, having a great time. Twitter, Instagram, and stalk my Facebook to get more when the video ends. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule: anime and manga for life, boy. Bow. Have an awesome day. Making major moves, laughing, let the haters lose. We don't give a fuck.